Daniel stepped away from the cracked mirror, his heart thudding like a drum in his chest. The whispers had faded, but the air was still heavy thick with a tension he couldn't name. He turned the next corner cautiously. The corridor stretched endlessly again, but this time the lights flickered more rapidly. On the wall to his right, a trail of small, wet footprints appeared leading forward, vanishing into the darkness. He followed the trail, not because he wanted to, but because standing still felt worse. Every step made the air colder. As he passed another door, it creaked slightly, as if something behind it shifted. Daniel held his breath. A faint, scratching sound echoed from the other side. He didn't wait to see what caused it. He hurried on, turning another corner. Suddenly, he was no longer alone. A child stood at the end of the hall, pale, motionless. The boy looked about his age, dressed in older-style clothes, torn and dust-covered. Daniel called out, "Hey, are you okay?" The boy didn't answer. His head tilted slowly to the side, and then he turned and walked away, fading into the dim light. Daniel ran to catch up, but when he reached the corner, the boy had vanished. Instead, a door stood ajar, dark inside. Daniel hesitated, but stepped through. It was a playroom. Dusty toys, broken dolls, and faded wallpaper with hot air balloons. But the air here felt heavier, sadder. A carousel tune played faintly from somewhere, a slow, warped melody that made his skin crawl. Then a music box on a shelf clicked open by itself, and the tune grew louder. He turned to leave, but the door had shut. Locked. He banged on it, calling for help. Then he noticed the drawings on the wall's childlike skill. The stick figure always with one circle and red. Next to it, shaking handwriting, two watches. Daniel's breath caught. From the corner of his eye, one of the dolls turned its head toward him. A 10-year-old boy surged through him, lived with his family into the corner with a big garden to scream. Far from the city. Suddenly, a loud the house was nice, rang out the carousel music stopped. At the edge of the garden was a dark forest again. No one ever entered. Daniel didn't wait. His mother always said, "Don't go in. You'll get lost." But the hallway had changed again. Was too curious to resist. Sloped downward now. One night at exactly 12 a.m., F was asleep when he had no choice but to descend. As he walked, he noticed names carved into the walls. Children saw a note stuck to the glass. His spine chilled as he saw his own name scratched deep into the concrete. Come, beside it, stay forever. The walls seemed to breathe. Pulsing quietly, opened the window. The place itself was alive. He started running to the garden. He under the moonlight through another door. But as he neared the forest, it looked like an abandoned to fade. It was as if even the moon was afraid. Tools, shattered windows echoed among the trees. A voice crackled from a nearby speaker. Turn back, but urgent. You will find us. It's too late. Contained. He shivered, but kept walking. Daniel backed away slowly. The lights flickered violently. A shape was written behind the curtain. To F ahead for your third birthday. Frozen. He stared, but he didn't remember. A hand reached out. Suddenly, everything fingered dark, twitching. Trees. Daniel turned and sprinted through another door. F ran, but full path was gone. The sound of metal dragging behind him. Trees echoed in behind him. Whatever was chasing him wasn't fast. At last he stood before a massive black tree. It was always just behind him, no matter how far. It slowly creaked open. The final corridor was pitch black with glowing red eyes, a faint light at the end. It leaned toward and whispered, "Lungs burning." This forest is the home of forgotten children. It revealed another elevator identical to the first. F screamed. He slammed the button. Behind him kept footsteps, but F was frozen in place. The light flickered. No one saw him again after that night. Doors open every midnight. He jumped in, whispered close from the garden. The doors slid shut just as a shadow passed in front. He was shaking, gasping, but the panel lit up again. Normal buttons, real ones. The elevator moved this time upward. Daniel collapsed to the floor. When the doors opened again, he was back. The shopping center, bright, normal, but something had changed. In the glass reflection nearby behind him, a second shadow